The infamous Y leaker could have dropped some useful and juicy info that we actually wanted, like the truth behind rumored Jimin x Junya beef, but instead they reignited the same tired discourse, K-pop idols and the N-word. And now, with fans clashing across timelines, one question keeps popping up. Does K-pop have a racism problem? Well, honestly, it depends on who you're asking, but we'll get to that later. Let's look at the events that led to this whole mess. It all started on March 30th when a YouTube channel called Kimmy Hyun Productions dropped a bombshell. Pre-debut videos of Blackpink's Jennie, Lisa and Rosé performing song covers from their trainee days. But it wasn't just the leak that got people talking. It was what those songs included. And no, we're not talking about just any lyrics. The N-word is in there. And to make matters worse, the girls don't skip over it. These videos were allegedly from YG Entertainment's internal evaluations. Some fans have rushed to their defense, arguing it was a different time and that everyone on YouTube was saying it back then, but others, they're not letting it slide that simple given Jennie and Rose's upbringing down under in Australia and New Zealand. The masses wonder, how could they not know? These very idols have built their entire empire on a vibe that screams black culture, but the plot thickens. This drama doesn't end there. No, fans aren't just eyeing the girls. They're calling out Y Entertainment directly, demanding why the company pushed them to spit. Lyrics laced with slurs from the get-go. One tweet perfectly encapsulated the scandal. Why were young girls forced to rap such stuff? Who greenlit this mess in the first place? But hold up, it gets even juicier. The alleged leaker, the one behind this, claims to be a scorned former YG employee fired and now on a mission on Discord. This supposed insider boasts of 1 terabyte of explosive content, not only from YG, but also SM Hype and JYPP. And get this, they even hinted at being the same ghost who exposed V and Jennie's scandalous pics a while back. But not everyone is buying this narrative. Fans are asking why a YG insider would have dirt on every K-pop titan. As of now, there's been a deafening silence from Blackpink or Y Entertainment, but the fans aren't letting them off the hook that easily. Some have pointed out that Jennie apologized for a much smaller issue. Vaping indoors, if she can apologize for that, why not apologize for using a racial slur? And just when you thought things couldn't get more chaotic, enter Kiss of Life. Trending not for their music, but for all the wrong reasons. 2 separate racism controversies in the same week. That's not just messy, it's starting to feel like a pattern. Kiss of Life is a rookie girl group on the rise, but on April 2nd, things took an awkward turn when a fun birthday livestream turned into a PR nightmare. The members wore outfits and hairstyles tied to black culture, cornrows, bantu, knots, and oversized chains, all complete with exaggerated speech and mannerisms, One member even called herself Little Taco Bell while dressed in cholo-inspired fashion. So of course it didn't take long for screenshots and clips to go viral. Within 24 hours, S2 Entertainment released an official apology. The statement claimed the live stream was meant to celebrate hip-hop culture, but they did admit their failure to consider its cultural implications. However, the masses were swayed, utterly convinced, because the supposed apology didn't flow directly from the members' own lips. It glaringly failed to acknowledge Black or Latino communities specifically, and the vague, artful wording seemed to subtly shift the blame onto their devoted viewers instead of shouldering true responsibility. And then, to absolutely no one's shock, Kiss of Life plummeted, losing over 8,000 followers on Twitter, 80,000 on Instagram, and a staggering 100,000 on TikTok in mere days. Major fan accounts, once passionately dedicated to hyping every single comeback, shuttered their doors completely. The damage was done, a wound too deep, and their hollow apology simply wasn't enough to mend it. Adding insult to injury, this isn't Kiss of Life's inaugural moment in the harsh glare of controversy for such a slip-up. Just last year, Julie faced a furious backlash for rapping along to a track that brazenly included a word steeped in pain, for which she later apologized. Fans in that instance accepted her apology because she owned her mistake. But this live stream, it's far harder to forgive, especially when you consider that Julie spent her youth in Hawaii and Belle is unequivocally American. Supporters argued fiercely they absolutely should have known better, and that's the raw heart of the matter. This isn't solely about Kiss of Life or Blackpink, it's about a much deeper, unsettling pattern within the entire K-pop landscape industry. Its ongoing struggle with racism. At this point, the pattern is all too familiar. Problematic content leads to backlash, which leads to a vague apology, and then it's business as usual. But people are growing tired, especially Black and Latino fans who have supported these artists from day one. And this isn't just a rookie or a girl group problem, it's spread throughout the industry. Take Leeunji, for example. Back in 2020, she was criticized for performing Taiga's Imakarina on Mnet's Good Girl, clearly saying the N-word during her rap. She issued apologies in both 2020 and 2021, but in 2023, a moment from her talk show, Nothing Much Prepared, sparked renewed concern. Fans questioned whether she had truly learned from her past or if this was just more surface-level damage control. Then there's Crush, the soloist who faced backlash during the 2022 Someday Plioma Festival. While high-fiving fans in the crowd, he appeared to avoid Black fans altogether, something that was quickly called out as discriminatory. Crush responded by saying his actions were due to COVID-19 safety precautions, not racial bias. But for many fans, the damage was sealed. It reinforced the bitter truth for Black fans at K-pop events. Red Velvet's own Wendy, too, was caught in a web controversy not just once. She's been accused of mimicking culture with exaggerated patterns, peculiar gestures, and a shocking mimicry. At one show, a bitter chorus of hate erupted from the crowd, yet Wendy's voice, a personal statement, remained silent, a haunting quiet. Even Mamamoo, back in 2017, caught fire for dark makeup during their Bruno Mars Uptown Funk cover, a move many branded as blackface. Despite their swift apology admitting the act was truly disrespectful, the incident's stain remains a stark off-sided example of deep cultural insensitivity within K-pop, yet a far more chilling reality is the response or chilling lack thereof. From fans and the powerful industry after the recent K-pop N-bomb revelations, damning clips now circulate unmasking some of the biggest K-pop names using that vile slur alongside instances of blackface. Instead of raw outrage accountability, only cold silence, denials, and sometimes a blatant disregard. Oh yes, we're diving deep into how some non-Black stans manipulate Black fans into thinking they're wrong to be upset when their faves drop that N-word. Let's be real, K-pop's been cashing in on Black culture for years and years. The beats, the drip, the lingo, it's all taken whenever it suits them, but then when it's time to actually stand up to the damage, suddenly it's just a song, just a laugh, or Western artists do it too. And seriously, how can we overlook the part these fans play? These are the very same folks who swear they'll shield their idols from any disrespect, yet when this specific problem arises, they either jump to defend their faves or stay completely mum to keep the peace. That deafening silence screams a blatant message to Black K-pop stans. Their culture is only celebrated when it's ripe for the taking. But here's the absolute kicker, how some fans have twisted this into a twisted competition. You know that tired line, only one member of my bias group said it, but your ultimate fave dropped it 3 times. When the truth is, the core problem isn't how many times that word was uttered, it's that it was spoken, period. By defending these acts or downplaying their impact, fans contribute to a larger culture of deflection and denial. And when they cherry pick, when Black culture is worthy of appreciation, they don't just ignore the problem, they become part of it. Then come the excuses. But English isn't their first language is Blink's favorite deflection tactic these days. Despite the fact that artists like Rosé, who grew up in Australia and speaks English fluently, are among those involved, the silence from agencies like Y Entertainment only deepens the problem. Time and time again, YG has faced similar controversies and consistently failed to take meaningful action. When a member of their rookie group used the N-word, the company briefly pulled them from public appearances only to quietly reintroduce them once the backlash died down. The truth is, idols can do better, and some have. RM is a clear example. He took the time to learn about Black culture, reflected on his past actions, and made genuine changes. Many idols have lived or are currently living abroad. They understand the weight of the N-word. Claiming ignorance just doesn't hold up anymore. In the end, the responsibility, the burden's on fans. If they truly care for the idols, the culture they claim to love, they must demand better, making it stark that hate in. Any guys will not be stood for. This isn't about throwing away idols or picking apart every flaw. It's about unmasking a toxic pattern, holding those responsible. That's the only way.